we are. Apparently, Phish likes Jones Beach for some reason.
Yes,
that
indeed.
Was fantastic night. So I'm going to do housekeeping at the top real quick. Friday night.
Still no house cleaning. It looks like still no house cleaning.
No, I've been cleaning for 2 days because I have people coming over for Mary
I know.
this weekend.
Yeah, I know. We talked.
I've been working hard. Friday night on the After Phish after show, I got Abby, Brian, and Hall coming on with us. It's going to be crazy. And tomorrow, HF Pod, they have Erica Lewis and Elliot, whose Insta is the Chig, coming on with them at 1:00. Make sure you check that out. And I'm just too excited to not jump into this. And I'm going to throw it to Tim to take us off.
Whoa, unexpected. So starting off with Mike's earlier this tour, we got a cool adaptation of Mike's Groove, like inverting it and splitting it over days, right? So there's already kind of, I think, a built-in excitement for me just hearing it start. You're like, okay, instantly, what are we going to do with this? And then I guess fast forward to the end of this show. Good night, everybody. It ends right in a most beautiful way. So,
don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hit the like and subscribe. That's it. It was Mike's Groove. No, it was a great way to start. And I think the first 2 or 3 songs was a very strong start to the set.
Right.
The first like 5 songs, Mike's, Wolfman's, Yamar, 46 Days, and It's Ice. I mean, that's a pretty tight 5 songs.
It was a standard Mike's. We still don't have our second jam coming back.
Yeah. That's sorely missed. I mean, when was that? Did return a few years ago. When was that? Second jam did return. We got to go to the chat.
14, it might be 14 that they did it. The story is somebody played Trey a tape because he didn't remember it existed. Right. And then that night they went out and did the second jam, and then it disappeared.
And then forgot it again.
All right.
It went back into the annals of history.
Every few years we have to remind Trey of that.
That's how you say that.
Yeah.
But that Wolfman's though I don't think was standard. I think that was a nice Wolfman's.
Hey, let me ask you, how was that Wolfman's jam? Because I didn't hear a second of it. Yeah, Race called me.
Oh, that fucker.
Missed the whole thing.
I tell you what, right when it should have dropped into hydrogen, Page was so on. He hit the first note of Wolfman's, and I guess they talked about it, and they totally nailed it, and it was solid. Well, I've been told by people before that they don't talk about these things, and it's all organic.
You don't understand nuance. Sometimes they talk about it, sometimes it's organic.
Sometimes you can hear Trey call the song they're going to play.
Oh, yeah. I love the stream.
Every once in a while.
Sometimes you hear them literally talk about it.
Yeah.
But this had to be talked about beforehand because it was
agreed. Fully agreed.
Yeah, they've only been doing it for 40 years, Kev.
Yeah. I guess it is 40, right? Because the 40th anniversary is actually the 41st year.
What do you think?
If you count on your fingers from 83 up to now, it'll be 40. You'll go through each hand 4 times.
I want to call Pix, but I don't know if that's the appropriate nickname.
I don't know. You can call me Greg. That's fine.
Greg. There you go.
What does Greg stand for? What kind of nickname is that?
Weird nickname.
Yeah. Weird nickname for Gregory.
The only person on this show who doesn't have a nickname is Ghost Llama.
Dude, you can't recreate.
Okay. All right.
Greg, what did you think about that Wolfman's in the MR?
I thought it was great. I mean, again, like maybe everything wasn't that jammed out, but it was like pretty high energy, and it was just songs that you want to hear. And for me, like especially for set 1, that's exactly what I want to hear. Those are the songs, and they were well played and high energy. And until All These Dreams, like I don't think I could have really asked for much more than that.
Yeah, I agree completely. I actually want to touch on All These Dreams. I thought that was perfectly placed, and I'm a hard sell. I hate to admit it because I don't want to be this guy, but I'm a hard sell on ballads a lot of the times.
Mhm.
Just like while I'm at shows, like I say in theory, I love the placement of the ballad in the set.
Did I
but
just lose like 4 songs?
Yeah.
well, it's okay. We're jumping around. It's fine.
Yeah, man, we're just talking about the show, Kevin.
But I thought the placement of this was great because the 5 songs leading into it went so well together and had a really good energy to it.
That was the
And it
best
kind
Yamar.
of gave you a nice segue.
Great Yamar.
It was nice. It was the last Yamar, I think, was Eugene last year.
Yeah, it was not. It hasn't been played this year at all.
It was an awful show the last Yamar. It featured the debut of "I Never Left Home,"
And that's never been played again?
Yeah, I believe so.
I didn't take that note, but
one timer. Okay. And then, 46
notes on other shows.
I tell you what, with 46 days, I feel like the last couple times they did it, they really raised the bar on it. And this one, they kind of a little bit phoned it in. The jam was the micro jam, but it wasn't as expressive as they have been in the past.
Yeah, it's pretty standard.
Nobody?
Did we
I
talk
liked
about
it? It was fun. It was a nice micro jam.
We talked about It's Ice, right? Have we talked about It's Ice?
No, we haven't talked about It's Ice.
Just let me know when we get to It's Ice.
All right, go with It's Ice.
We're on It's Ice.
Yeah, go with it.
Oh, I fucking love It's Ice.
I fucking love It's Ice too.
Fucking love it. Little problem with this one. It was that jam was a little short. I feel like it was beautifully played. It's Ice. That jam could have gone on a little longer, I think, but
they could have doubled that 7 minutes, and I would have been happy.
It's climate change for you, right?
It's fucking climate change.
I was just gonna give you shit for being size queens with these jams, but that was a really good joke. So,
thank you.
I don't know if it actually though. I hate being the negative guy. I don't know if it was really well played though. Like there were parts of it I thought were actually pretty sloppy.
Well,
and it's a super hard song, and I'm not surprised, but like
So
they haven't been that sloppy this year.
I think it was one of the better sloppy versions, maybe.
There have been a ton of way worse versions. Yeah. No, and Kev, I think that song is just really hard to orchestrate and keep the band tight. Like I think everybody was playing their parts. I don't think was.
It wasn't the encore. It wasn't the encore on New Year's, fake New Year's. That one was
that one was that was tight.
Yeah.
But regardless of it even being a little sloppy, it was still really fun, and I was super glad that they played it. So.
And 100%. A lot of people like all these dreams. They do.
I'll go back to that and I'll say, like, I think it was well placed, and like it's not a ballad that like I think about hearing, but it's like a nice song to hear. Yeah, I don't think I was like that disappointed with that placement. Although I think you knew that the set like wasn't going to be. It was like a fantastic set, but it wasn't going to be like the next level type set. You know what I mean?
I think absolutely, and I think that one redeeming quality of that song is that it was played really well tonight. I think if it was a bunch of right. It's a good song. It's just if Trey flubbed, it would have been like yeah. But he didn't.
And then they went into
back to back though.
My first set highlight, the first time they played Something Living Here from Sci-fi, and fantastic.
Took down Phish.net because everybody forgot that song existed.
until they got into until
they said Moss Piglets or whatever. Then okay, all right, that's right, that's what it is.
I agree with you, Kev. I think this was a highlight of the first set, and it was a nice, short but very, very cool jam, and it's a neat song to jam out off of. But this was the reason I was saying all of these dreams was placed well, because I don't think going back into that sci-fi, part of It's Ice, right? I think they needed a buffer between the first half of the first set and the back half of the first set, and it was perfectly placed, obviously, because of this really cool Something Living Here jam.
Mm-hmm. It's good shit.
Yeah.
It was. And Axel 2 they did next. I'm going to let the three of you talk about it because
I think a lot of these were pretty standard versions. Nothing to like get out there too much, but it's a fun, upbeat song,
Does anybody miss Axilla 1 now?
Yes, I want the lyrics from Axilla 1 and the end from Axilla 2. Go ahead, Tim, I'm sorry.
Axilla 3.
Yes, 1.5. 1.5.
Or Tim, whoever you are.
That guy up there. No, I think it is now. We say standard a lot, right? Because it's a generic. I don't know what to fucking say about this song. We do this every night. Get off my ass. Don't take this so seriously. It was a standard jam, right? Like we say standard a lot, but for better or worse, Axilla 2 is actually legitimately becoming standard. It's been played so much
4 times now without an Axilla 1.
Yeah, and fairly quick rotation, if I'm not wrong. So
and there was the Kuroda birthday call out that made it special.
I would just say that Tom Marshall agrees with me about the lyric.
Oh well, thank you for letting us all know. All right.
What do you guys think about the circus when the circus comes?
That's one of my favorite songs, and the thing is, when they first started doing it, and then I found out it was a Los Lobos song, and I went and bought the Los Lobos album. It kind of opened that door for me,
There's something about that song that is just so emotional. I don't know if it's like a nostalgic thing or like
the carving in the tree,
because we're a circus, and we've all come to town. We've all come together, and
dude, and especially on summer tour, you see all you see all the tents and the pop-ups and the lot and shakedown
flags. Sometimes there's flags.
It really is the circus, and maybe that's it. But every time I hear it, it's like a deep-rooted emotional reaction.
It sounds like a Phish lyric too, and they didn't write it, which makes it even more perfect.
Right. Starting to sense like this.
Some of our favorite Phish songs are covers.
Hey man, what's your favorite?
Okay.
I really like Roses.
All right, so then we ended up in an antelope, and the antelope was what an antelope is nowadays.
I had fun. I like the little spacey effects that they were doing at the beginning. That seemed different.
It's a sampleope.
There it is.
Incredible. I am all about. I was actually kind of upset at first because he was a little timid with it, and it just sounded like detuned drums. And I was like, in my mind, it's like, Phish, if you're gonna do this, just go for it. Like,
I think he heard you. Yeah,
right. Because all of a sudden, you're like,
that was great.
Once he went for it, it really worked. And then Trey, I think he had that same look. He was like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "All right," and he bought into it. It was a really cool. I think it was a really cool way to spice up the beginning of Antelope.
Has Fishman, when he first started with the samples, I think maybe they were a little overused, and we were like, all right, that's enough with the samples. And now I think he's found that perfect, the perfect amount of samples and when to use them. He's using them well.
The placement is
key. That's the word I'm looking for. Thanks, Kev. Right. All right.
I am a huge fan of Phish, and I think his judgment and his decision making is what makes him one of the best drummers in music. Like, I don't think he has the best chops in the world, and I don't think he's the best overall drummer, but he makes incredible decisions. So I've actually really dug his placement, because when he does tend to overdo it, you can see on his face, I think it's a troll. Everything's for a reason.
Total troll.
He's underrated for how musical he is.
At the Man, during I Didn't Know, fucking Trey got back there. It was like Revenge of the fucking Sith back there.
Let me ask you, Kev.
Yeah.
Would you rather Trey play samples or the marimba?
Samples any day of the week. That marimba, I don't even understand it. I can't even pronounce it.
For Mercury, it's from
Mercury. I wonder, they probably pay some dude to carry that shit around every night.
It's just
not probably, Kev. They very literally pay a dude to carry the marimba every night.
The thing is that the bane of that guy's existence. He fucking hates that thing. His favorite song is "Scent of a Mule." Is that what's that?
I was asking if there's a separate person for the megaphone.
Yeah, probably. Yep.
The megaphone guy, right?
Is that one person?
And I tell you what, the Maria Limba showed up in used to show up.
Dude, he fucked that up. So, what was
Scent
that?
of a Mule. It showed up in Scent of a Mule sometimes still.
Oh, cool.
Was the other tune.
All right,
which I'm gonna get. You know what? I just said that and I fucking put it out there in the universe and fuck it. Anyway, so that was the end of the first set. And I tell you what, tomorrow at 1:00, if you go over to osirispod.com, you can hear their recap show. It doesn't have a cool name like ours, but
it's called HF Pod Live, I think.
Right. Or you can go on to YouTube and check it out. And the coolest thing about this is, Brian Brinkman, who runs the thing.
Right.
Yeah, he is coming on and taking over because me and Tim are out of town. He's going to take over this show this weekend. And he's going to have a guy named Pixelwooks on Saturday night.
Me?
Yes, and then when Sunday night,
I don't think anybody's gonna remember any of this.
Right. Well, no, but there's a point. Just let me go through with it. Then Sunday night, Amanda, your Phish DJ,
it's your PH DJ
is coming on, and she's great. And Andy, you just did something with her.
Oh right, the interview. My episode aired tonight, and she's got it on the Internet Archive. So look her up there at your PH DJ. I think it'll be posted maybe tomorrow or something, or shortly thereafter. It was my appearance on the Bar Line Shift with your PH DJ.
You have such a good radio voice.
Good radio voice.
Thank you.
Great radio voice.
The only thing better than your radio voice is your radio hair.
I think
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you.
Oh man.
All right, so there we go, 180.
There we go.
I think your hair looks fine.
He won a Wookiee award for best hair.
So set 2 starts with No Men and No Man's Land.
It does.
Which Andy,
where you guys won that. I'm okay with
the
song. It's always a short, compact jam. They don't get out there like they did once or twice. But
yeah, I'm gonna say I'm pretty sure they've taken that one out a few times. But
most of the time, it's a 10-minute solid thing. They get out there a little bit, bring it home.
This one was super blissful and really,
but not through the first 2 songs.
Well, it was blissful. It was for a bit, and then
it turned, and that's what Kevin and I were arguing about. And I think it's because our stream was on a different time. Because I'm like, it's dark and weird, and he's like, it's blissful. I'm like, there either has to be a gap in what we're watching, or we have very different definitions of blissful.
We just went over that Kevin doesn't understand the concept of delay. So maybe that's
dark for me is when it's completely falling apart and it's angry and it has no direction and it's fucking chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
not a minor key. A minor key to me isn't necessarily dark.
But I think there's new dark Phish, maybe.
I think they've been way
falling
dark this
apart
tour, and I am
not. I don't think falling apart is a good caveat or
maybe laughing and falling apart.
Like the Split Open and Melt we were talking about earlier. That song sounded like
we're gonna make a game show out of this where I make clips of jams and everybody has to write down their description and then hold it up, and we'll see if we're full of shit when we use all these damn adjectives to describe the music, or if you can actually tell if something's crunchy or warm or dark or blissful. All right,
but I hear it completely different. But so then it got into the drone. Mike gave a couple elbows, a couple bangs, and we were in Down with Disease. And I thought it was
we weren't just right into Down with Disease. Did you hear the samples too?
Yeah.
There was some beaver action.
There was a little beaver.
A little beaver action before you got Down with Disease.
Little beaver shout out.
Which is usually how it happens.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Thought of that.
Yeah, no, and the Disease is where I thought it made the turn and got a little weird and a little dark, which was a nice setup and a precursor for the next sci-fi soldier song, Don't Doubt Me.
Dude.
Right, I'm not just trying to skip the Disease because I think there was really pretty and some really cool stuff going on.
Yeah. But you're excited.
Right, well, that Disease set up, I think, Don't Doubt Me, right?
First
the way
first
it
show
and
with
changed.
2 sci-fi songs in it. I think.
Awesome.
Yep.
I love them. I love them more now than I did that night, I think.
If I ever got invited on Jimmy Kimmel and he said, "What song do you want us to play?" I'd say "Don't Doubt Me" by Phish for my walkout music.
Did you see the people up front that had the Genuine Assholes t-shirts?
No.
Yeah, it's a genuine asshole. And I Kevin, I got to tell you, I thought that they were referencing you.
Yeah.
I forgot that it was a reference to that song, but no, it was. Yeah,
You didn't know Kev is hashtag the genuine asshole.
Exactly right.
The in capital letters.
The.
Okay.
But he's a genuine asshole.
There it is.
Thank you. Yeah, we're flagged. We're fucked.
It's all right. Nobody's
All right,
watching
so
anyway.
the golden age. Oh my god,
Yeah.
that golden age went through like 10 different things. There was laser funk and mule funk, and there was some blissful fucking sections. And wow,
I love Kev talking about jams. It's like my favorite thing in the world.
It
was
fantastic.
Golden age, fantastic. Now somebody disagree with us to make us feel awkward.
It's
Yeah.
hard
We
for
need
me
a
to
show
like
here.
I think the sci-fi songs are because they're new. I think at first, at least, it's hard for me to get excited about. But I thought they both worked really well tonight.
I do have one complaint about Golden Age.
Okay.
Yeah, when we complained about this Golden Age, it was Manteca for like 20 seconds.
Ooh,
And then it was Golden Age. Like, it could have been Manteca, you know?
could have been.
I'm one of those people. Manteca, I'm sorry.
Is that how you
Have
pronounce
have
it?
you
Why
ever
do I always
seen
call
one?
it Manteca?
I
Because
could be
it's not- it's
completely
Teca.
wrong. Oh, okay. Apparently I'm not.
I'm in the
It's
Manteca
Teca.
mode.
Trust me, I'm the guy who says everything right. Have you ever seen one? Have you
Manteca?
ever- Yeah.
No. I think I've
Okay.
just, I think I've seen little. That's a good question. I will get you an answer on that, Kevin. I will circle
yeah.
back.
Yeah, but
That's what we gotta do.
I think that golden age was probably the specific highlight, like the individual piece that was the highlight of the second set for me. Like I think it was
Really?
a,
What?
yeah, I think it was a really cool jam.
I thought the highlight was the things that surrounded it,
Yeah, I thought maybe Don't Doubt Me might be the highlight for me. Yeah.
and then the song after it.
Yeah.
I just
Well, the
Oh,
life.
wait a minute. What am I saying? What am I? Yeah, Life Boy. Holy
that's
shit.
the most
Yeah.
perfect Phish lyric because it's so beautiful, and then he's like, "You don't get a refund if you overpray." It's this throwaway line at the end of it, and it's so fucking perfect.
I was a
It's
fool
such
thinking that they would play Life Boy at fucking Pine Knob next week, or
Well, you might get your
No.
knob polished. You never know.
no, it's
Oh,
not gonna happen.
dude.
It's a
Past
very
few years-
comforting song.
But they've only played it once per year the past few years. That's it. We got our one Life Boy this year.
Yeah. I'll have
But
to
you
see
never
more
know what
Phish.
they're gonna. Now it's on Trey's radar. He might be like, "Hey, let's do that one again."
Pixelwooks, have you seen Life Boy? I'm sorry, Greg. Right, that's the nickname. Is
Yeah.
that-
Yeah, either one. I've definitely seen Life Boy. I would think I've never seen Manteca. I'm trying to. No, I don't know.
Kevin, of course, was there when they wrote Life Boy.
Yes.
All right.
I
Okay,
saw
so
you,
Life
do
Boy
you know,
3 times,
okay,
apparently.
here's a trivia question that you should be able to answer
Wait,
because
you've seen Life Boy 3 times?
Yeah, that's what this is telling me.
Damn,
I
man.
saw it in Albany 98, Cincinnati 03, and MSG 2011.
Oh, congratulations.
do you know what the most played song out of Tweezer is?
Manteca.
Life Boy. When they wrote Life Boy, they attached it to Tweezer and did it like 20 times in 1 year.
Wow. Yeah, I get. Yeah, okay. All right.
Huh.
No, anyway, I'm never gonna
There's
see.
your worthless fact for the night.
So Life Boy was awesome. It was a cool
Beautiful.
bust
It
out.
was
We all
awesome.
love it.
Yeah.
And the whole set was really good, and it continued to be really good. I thought with a very tight, clean, well executed fluff head.
Yeah.
Shrek, how many
Tracy
fluff heads have you seen?
I thought that was the end of the set.
Everybody did. I feel like a lot of people did.
Yeah, I thought that was great. Fluffhead. I mean, what's better than hearing Fluffhead?
I've heard it 6 times.
Andy, we gotta get off the stats, man.
I've heard a mess of them. I got a box of fucking fluff heads.
Yeah,
over in the
that's-
corner.
All right. Anyway.
I love it. It's a good song. And then it was weird though because it was Life Boy stop, Fluffhead stop, and then they did the payoff. We
I don't
could have
think
ended
there was
the show
like
20
a full
minutes ago.
stop though.
It was pretty much because Fluffhead has an ending, and they did the ending.
They roll into it a little bit.
I don't understand the critique though.
Well, I always said the
the
Grateful Dead needed 2 arrows or 1 arrow, and this would have been a 1 arrow on a Grateful Dead set list, where the song ends, but with less than 3 seconds, they start the next song.
Right. It's a light arrow. It's not segue. It's not a segue arrow. It's I didn't.
Lifeboy came back to life.
It's less than 3 second arrow.
Right, but still fucking cool and like.
I love it. I was
really
just trying
good
to
show.
do a segue. I was trying to do my own segue.
What matters is what's on Phish.net, Kevin. So.
Oh, and I have not looked.
Yeah.
Oh,
I assume you're looking right now.
I'm sure it's a segue.
I'm not looking. I don't care.
And it was a solid week.
On Phish.net, everything's a segue in the second set.
The whole show?
The second set.
Oh wow.
And the first set, except for all these dreams, after all these dreams and Yamara, there's a comma.
I got lots of commas in what I'm looking at, but that's another story.
Do you guys have a specific Mike's Groove, like a unique combination or a particularly good jam that's your go-to, either just that's funny or was really well played?
New Year's 95, 12/31/95.
Oh yeah.
I would say the Hampton
Big Cypress.
Yep.
The Hampton 97 when they opened with it. Because they never opened with it before that.
The Festival 8 Mike's is literally fire. I think I don't know. I wasn't there, but there was fire. Like they had pyrotechnics during it. It was fucking awesome. And they were like jamming to the fire.
And there's the Mike's with Rock and Roll All Night from the Roxy from 93.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I saw one just randomly a couple of years ago that was Mike's Ass-Handed Groove. Nice. And I think they might have done that once or twice. That wasn't like it was a particularly great jam or anything. It was just really funny to say Mike's Ass-Handed Groove.
when we play it on JEMP Radio, it shows on the little metadata. It just says Mike's Ass Groove. That's what Mike's Ass Groove.
So, all right, let me ask you guys a question. Mm-hmm. What do they sing? Trying to make a what?
What?
What do they sing? Trying to make a.
Oh, I don't know.
I was like, "Woman and you groove" or something.
Woman match your groove. Or was it different tonight?
I always thought it said warm and natural move.
No, you're completely wrong. You just see an audiologist or something. It's woman match your groove, I'm pretty sure.
The guy who's most critical about the lyrics doesn't know the lyrics.
Maybe I'm right though.
Have you looked online? I mean, it's right there, dude. You can confirm, because you want to be right. You don't.
Well, no, I don't want to ruin it for myself.
Okay, keep them coming, folks.
I don't think you're allowed to bitch about lyrics anymore. That was dope. It was a very cool set, a very cool show. I don't want to rank. That's not my thing.
It's the best show of tour so far.
Every night has continued this momentum since Mansfield, right? And I thought last night was great, and I thought tonight was fucking phenomenal. Do you want to talk about this encore? No, I don't want to skip that.
Apparently, it sucks driving into the place, so it makes sense.
That's what I've heard. Yeah, unless you're like really one of the cool kids with the party bus. I'm just jealous, honestly. I wish I could have been there. That looks so much fun.
I wanted to be on the party bus. I did.
I think everybody that saw that's like, I want to be on the party bus.
Can I tell my party bus story?
Absolutely.
All right. We take the party bus to see the Dead in 92 when they did Casey Jones. And we drive down there and they pass around this jug of orange juice that has 10 strips floating in it.
Right.
And everybody on the bus drinks it but me. I'm like, not going there. We get stuck in traffic for an hour. By the time we get to the venue, everybody's done. Right. And the guy who's running the bus pulls out like steamed shrimp and all the food for everyone to eat. And everybody's like, oh, never. So I ate all the shrimp. And then I went up to the guy who had the orange juice and said, can you give me a couple of them? I went in and had the time of my life. Everybody else was laid out on the floor by the end of the show, just freaked out. I was like, That's why you
This isn't really like a unique. It's just another night in the world of Kevin. It's just.
You just don't.
That's exactly how I imagined. That's exactly how I imagined Kevin's youth, though.
Yeah. Orange juice and.
Right.
When you can see the 10 strips floating in it, you don't drink the shit.
Did we talk about the Encore? No, I think
really.
I think we were like traffic. Yeah, like, let me talk about the party bus.
It was a good encore.
The encore was good.
That was good.
It was great.
But thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a fun night.
Well, no, tomorrow night, Abby, Brian, Fast Enough, Sneaking Abby, and
we're really not going to say anything about the slave. That's
I think this is the strongest show of the tour so far.
Absolutely.
Right? I think
it was a standard Slave.
So it's hard to like criticize it. I think Slave was perfectly placed as the encore. It was well played. You know, it wasn't.
Isn't that kind of common now, though? Slave popping up as an encore the last
are
few
people bitching about that?
Yeah, but that's a good thing. I mean, it's a great way to leave the show.
Andy, we figured out on the lot earlier that when you see people complaining about Phish, it's actually all him. Like he is the meta of all Phish.
People should consider their source.
You know, that actually reminds me. We had the return.
He does his own stunts.
The lot was back today. We had the guys from Stub Me Down podcast and Leslie from Blackberry Jams on. Super fun conversation. We talked about all sorts of shit. That's on our YouTube channel, so go check that out. And while you're over there, subscribe and like.
And who do we have
videos.
next week on the lot?
Next week on the lot. Let me go to my notes here because I don't want to mix them up. We have Kevin
Legal, yes,
a talented,
less
witty but more musical Kevin
from Space Bacon. If you haven't listened to Space Bacon,
we're gonna have a new series of breakfast jams, right?
Bloodies and Blow.
Right, and it's gonna be the first one is gonna be Space Bacon, and then the following week we have Eggy stopping by. So both super awesome bands. I'm really excited about that.
And I will post some stuff from Space Bacon to go check it out. It's got a really good vibe.
You don't have to remember all these dates and times and shit if you subscribe and hit notifications. But
if you were cool, you would be writing it down.
Nobody writes this shit down, man. Nobody's even watching anymore. They're like, why aren't they talking about Phish?
I think we have 34 people watching us.
Oh, there you go.
And we love everyone.
Or they fell asleep.
Yeah.
All right.
Wake up.
Oh, what the fuck? This was fun.
All right, we're out of here. We'll see you on Friday night, guys.